Hello, it's Thursday. It's Give It 10 at 10 with Jen live today for your Kit Thursday session. So you'll see I haven't got any kit with me at the moment. We're going to talk support. Morning, Susie. So this morning, yes, we're going to talk support. So when you exercise, we really want to make sure that we're wearing the right kind of clothing, and we can talk about clothing and footwear and all sorts of stuff another time. But today I want to talk about this kind of support. How are you supporting these girls? It's really such a shame that so many women go out there to start couch to 5K sessions or start to get fit and start to do stuff, and they're running along and they're just bouncing along, and it makes me cringe when I see people doing that, because you've got these little ligaments in your breast called Cooper's ligaments, and they're basically responsible for the structural integrity of your boobs, basically. And the more you bounce around, the more you stress those ligaments, and the more likely you are to damage them. Hi, Nicola. Hi, Jackie. Potentially irreversibly, because they just get so stretched and damaged that they just don't get their elasticity back, especially as we age. So it's really, 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 really important to make sure that you do wear a decent, well-fitting sports bra. I looked at some stats this morning, and basically 44% of women who do exercise don't wear a sports bra. And on average, you get 14 centimeters, 14 centimeters of movement, which actually is really, really significant. And in general, 8 out of 10 women don't wear the right fit of bra generally, let alone a sports bra. And I read a really interesting article this weekend, which is kind of what prompted this talk today. I can't remember, it was in one of the Sunday newspapers. And it talked about girls at school and how self-conscious they feel about when they do their sports lessons. Because generally, I know so I've got 2 girls, and I know from speaking to them that they just go to PE and they just throw their PE kit on. But quite often girls, especially younger girls who are just developing, just wear little vest type bras. So when they start running around and they're developing, some of them are kind of running like this because they feel very self-conscious. And of course it's uncomfortable as well. So especially if you've got girls, I think it's really, really important to get them a good fitting, even if it's just, look, I'll show you what I've got on. This kind of thing. So just a bit of strength. I'm not running today. I'm not doing anything high impact, so I don't need to be wearing anything too structurally kind of, solid. But, if you can get your girls to wear something a bit more supportive at school that they can just wear, under their uniform. So when they do sports, they don't feel so self-conscious. And of course, if they are bouncing around, and, some bigger, younger girls can really start damaging those ligaments in their breasts very early on in their life. So there's millions of different types of sports bra. You've got the sort of thing I'm wearing today, which is not particularly strong, but it's really comfortable. But of course, if you're going to do some high impact type stuff, then it's really, really important that you do get something that's more structurally sound. And I know some people are quite self-conscious in the case that you get these like compression bras that just kind of squeeze you, and you kind of get this mono boob thing going on, which for some people is not acceptable. They want to have a bit more shape, but you can get more shapely ones with a bit of sort of cup definition, which is still very structurally sound and will support you. I know a lot of bigger women, especially when they go out running, they're not wearing the right type of bra, and so they're damaging themselves, and it's painful as well. It can get really uncomfortable. So it's really important that you get a good fit, you get good thick straps. They're going to support you, a good band. If the band's too loose and the straps are taking on too much, then you get that kind of digging through the shoulders. Really does lead to a lot of shoulder pain and, lower back pain and back discomfort, shoulder discomfort. And of course, they've got that whole kind of bringing yourself forward when you have the weight of, especially if you've got, larger breasts. So what I want to say today is, when it comes to kit, people spend a lot of money on trainers. They spend 50, 60, 70, 80, sometimes upward £100 on running trainers, and then go out and say they're bouncing around all over the place, and you see people like this all kind of uncomfortable, or just literally just bouncing around, letting it all hang out. So please invest in a decent sports bra. As I say, there's millions of different types. You get zip up the front, you get big clips at the back, you've got racer backs, you've got really strong supportive ones, minimal support. You know, if you can only afford one, get a really strong, good support one. And you can wear that to, you know, yoga and everything if you want to, if you do lots of stuff. But obviously, if you can get a couple, then, you know, get a lighter fit, something like this for, you know, low impact or yoga-y type, Pilates type, you know, movement stuff. But the minute you get into that high impact, high intensity type of stuff, I urge you, please go and invest in a decent sports bra. Yeah, I think that's all I was going to talk about today. I hope that's inspired you to think about it. There's a couple of lots of good places. You'll see sports bras all over the place. Shock Absorber's a really good one that I've used over the years. Boobydoo.com or .co.uk, I'm not too sure, a really good sports bra site. But there's some plenty of places you can go and get some good advice. But yes, please do go and invest in a good sports bra. Get that support. If you've got girls, get them a good sports bra or a good bit of support as well, and you know, prevent that damage to those Cooper ligaments that are responsible for that structural integrity of your boobs. And yes, don't get that irreversible sagging. We don't want our boobs down by our waist by the time we're 60. Anyway, that's it from me today. It's Thursday, so that was your Kit Thursday, and tomorrow is our Hit Friday high intensity session. So yes, get your good sports bras on. Join me on Friday tomorrow at 10 o'clock, and we will do a high intensity, not necessarily high impact, but high intensity interval training for Friday. Right, lots of love to you all, and I will see you tomorrow. Toodaloo!